A trial this week into serving Metropolitan Police Constable Laurence Knight. Now, we reported on him previously on May the 28th, 2022 and 8th of July 2022, links in the description, has heard how Knight allegedly raped a woman in the sea at Brighton Beach whilst he was on his stag do just 2 weeks before he was due to get married. 34-year-old Knight is said to have met the woman, who was a complete stranger to him, in the early hours of July the 17th, 2021. The pair is said to have walked to the beach where they both undressed and went into the sea where the rape is said to have occurred. Apparently, friends said to the woman after the incident that Larry, as in Laurence, wants me to tell you that he's sorry. Laurence is then said to have left with his group of friends just before the woman called police to report the incident. Mariam Syed, prosecuting, told the court that the defendant was in Brighton on his stag night. They had been in an Airbnb property and had been visited by strippers. They had then gone out to the bars in the Brighton area. The group had been in the course of looking for somewhere to drink, met the group containing the alleged victim, and indicated they were looking for somewhere to drink. The defendant and his group were complaining about the lack of choice. The alleged victim suggested that the bars in the beach area might still be open. The two groups ended up walking to the seafront together. As they moved forward, they were chatting. The defendant's group were unfamiliar with the Brighton area, and as the interaction between the groups continued, you will see, because police obtained CCTV, the alleged victim was helping them. She was being friendly. At various points, she shares a bottle of wine with the defendant and one of his friends. At various points, she hugs the defendant and one of his friends. There's a point that she and the defendant hold hands, then stop and continue walking separately. Mariam Syed said that in the initial interview, the alleged victim told police that Knight wanted to go into the sea and she did not wish to, but he persuaded her, telling her it was his stag night, he was meant to be having fun, but it was turning into a rubbish night. She added that the defendant looked like he was going to cry, so the woman took off her dress so not to get it wet, and she entered the water. Knight was then said to have approached the woman from behind and removed her underwear before the alleged assault. The court were told that the woman asked Knight what he was doing and said stop, but he ignored her. Reading from the woman's statement, Mariam Syed told the court the alleged victim said Knight wanted to go into the sea, but she did not wish to, but he persuaded her, telling her it was his stag night, he was meant to be having fun, but it was turning into a rubbish night. After the alleged assault, the woman got out of the sea and put her dress on, then went to sit next to one of her friends. She said, I didn't say anything, and then the guy who I was in the sea with, his friend came over to me and said, oh, Larry wants me to tell you that he's sorry. Larry wants to say, like, sorry. I didn't look up at him. I didn't want to engage with any of them. The woman said she then told her friend what happened and called 999. Knight was arrested on July the 28th, 2021, where he gave a prepared statement in which he alleged the woman was being flirtatious. He said that she suggested they go into the sea and that she gave him a reach around, but that he did not penetrate her. In a second interview, he admitted that he did try to pull her underwear aside, but before anything could happen, she said, you're getting married in 2 weeks, and that he then stopped. The trial is ongoing at Southwark Crown Court this week, and I will bring you updates as I can, but as I said previously, more information can be found on the links in the description to the 2 previous reports.